We are up early this morning. I've got an early call. I got to be down. I live in Ohio, but I live in Cincinnati. So I'm very close to Kentucky, but I'm not in Kentucky. I have to be down in Kentucky at 8 a.m. this morning. So we're up and we've got to pack up a few things. I've got my shoes out of the way. I've got my Pelican here. Camera is all built out. I'll probably keep it like this for the shoot today. We've got our second Pelican here, and then my gimbal is in this backpack here. I'm gonna take this out and bring this with me. But I'll probably bring 2 Pelicans and sticks and the camera rig. And maybe a few other things. But we're outdoors today, so I don't need any lights or anything. But I do need all of this stuff. So yeah, we're getting packed up for, what's technically a 2-day shoot. I'm going to drive down and then drive back up and then drive back down tomorrow afternoon, actually. But I'm just going to make it all into one vlog. So you'll see the whole gig today. I say today, you'll see the whole gig in this video. But yeah, this is a job I found on Staff Me Up, and, I'm excited. It's going to be a nice little opportunity it's shoot only, so I don't have to edit anything. It's just shooting B-roll and an interview or two for a paving company. So looking forward to getting this done.
When I first got to the site, the first thing I did was just set up camera on sticks. I didn't know exactly who the project manager was, so this was my way of announcing without using words that I was the videographer there to shoot. There were a lot of guys working, so I was just trying to figure out who I was supposed to talk to, which I did, and he was super nice. I just shot some B-roll of just kind of everyone going around. I'll probably do another lap around and do some B-roll in 60 FPS. Everything I just shot was in 24, but it is cold out this morning. It's like 45 degrees, which is not like terrible, but when last week and even like yesterday it was like up in the 60s or 70s, it was a quick jump to cold weather. So I did not prepare. My hands are cold, trying to keep them warm. So I prepared for most of the rest of it, pants and sweatshirt and jacket, but my hands are cold, man. Hopefully it warms up a little bit. Also waiting, it's early morning and it's cloudy, so I'm waiting for the more light to come so I can do some drone stuff with this, because I think it'll look pretty cool with all the trucks moving around and all the construction vehicles. So I eventually did get the drone out. I've got the DJI Mini 3 Pro. This wasn't actually something I bought myself. My now fiance, then girlfriend, bought it for me actually as a Christmas present. Shout out to Kayla, you were the best. And honestly, again, I wasn't really trying to become a drone operator, but it's just something that I've found to be very valuable for some of the jobs that I've been doing. So again, I say that because it wasn't really an investment that I made to buy it, but it has been something that has been making me money, which is kind of cool. You can see it up there floating in the air, and I was right. It did look really cool above the construction site with all of the vehicles going around and driving around. You can see some of the work that they were doing. They had to run a whole new pipeline under the ground here. I felt like I learned a lot about paving. Again, I think it's just so cool that the job I do gets to help me learn about so many things. So this is the little home base I've set up. You can see camera, tripod, which I'll need for the interview. I brought my gimbal just in case. I don't really need much out of my second Pelican, and then this is my primary. My drone is off right now just because I'm trying to save battery. I still only have the one. The controller lasts a good amount of time, so I left that on just so I don't have to reconnect it. And SD cards, everything else is just kind of open and accessible for me. So it's nice to have this little like workstation available to me, just out of the trunk of my car. And yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out. They're still working on stuff, so I'm just waiting for, different things to happen. Everything that's happening right now, I've gotten B-roll of, so I'm just kind of waiting for new things to happen. So if anything else that I haven't gotten shots of yet happens, then I'll get the camera back out. But yeah, waiting for the project manager to get here. He's supposed to be kind of handling the interview side of who's getting interviewed and asking the questions and stuff, just because I'm not knowledgeable about any of this stuff, so it'll be helpful to have someone else asking the interviews. But yeah, it's going great so far. I would just like to take a moment on the editing side to apologize for the crazy amount of noise. There's a lot of machinery, a lot of vehicles, a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully you're able to hear me all right. Got my own safety vest. I was wondering if I'd have to wear one of these. I'm glad they're having me wear one. Eventually, I got done with pretty much all the B-roll I felt like I needed, and the vehicles actually got to the place where they weren't really moving around a ton, so thought that would be a good time to set up and get the interview done. So this is what our interview ended up looking like. I think it turned out pretty good. He was backlit, so we got a lot of pretty even light on his face. It's possible I overexposed this stuff, but he looks pretty well exposed, and S-Log always has a great dynamic range, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Basically, he's the project manager, so he's just walking through on the content side what the project is, so then all the B-roll will fill in for that. I use the Rode Wireless Go's for audio. I really need to invest in the lavaliers for these because I just think it would be worth it, but so I don't have this, clip just sitting there. But yeah, this is the interview setup. So we were just sitting right here, and I got the construction site in the background, so pretty good little interview setup. So we're mostly done for the day. I just got some close-ups of the actual paving that's going on. And I'm on my way now. I'm gonna go get gas and I'm gonna go get some lunch. And then that way I'll give the paver some time. By the time I get back, we'll be able to get some shots of finished product. Basically, that was the last thing the client wanted, was shots of the finished product, like mostly or fully paved. So by the time I get back from getting gas and lunch, should be able to get those shots, and then we might end our day early. And again, I'm gonna send off the footage today and see if the guy who hired me wants me to come back tomorrow. But it may be that he looks at the footage and we're good to go, and we don't have to come back tomorrow. I had $5 left on a gift card, so you already know where we're going. Oh yeah. So for better or for worse, I underestimated how slow paving was. And so I sat around for another 25, 30 minutes and eventually realized that I was going to have to wait a long while for them to finish this whole parking lot. So I decided to dip out early and just come back tomorrow like the original plan was. I am on my way home. We are wrapped for the day. I am probably going to come by tomorrow just to get some final shots of the finished product. I think it could be helpful, and I think the client would appreciate it. So it'll be a little bit of a drive for me, probably 30 to 40 minutes to drive there, get probably less time. I'll probably spend less time shooting than I will driving, even just one way. I'll probably shoot for 20 to 30 minutes, just get some quick B-roll shots, and then drive all the way back home. But again, I think the client will appreciate it. I'm being paid for a day and a half, so I'm gonna work the day and a half and just eat the driving costs. Even though I technically could be done in one day, but I think it'll be more worth it for me to maintain this relationship and make sure the client gets what they want, rather than just trying to cut corners. So we're gonna come back for the second day. I do love my city, and this is by far one of the best views of it. Driving in from Kentucky up into Cincinnati. It's just beautiful. Gotta love the view. So I just stopped at home to dump some footage from the shoot today and do a few other file things. But I am on my way out again to go to a meeting to hopefully, if the meeting goes well, book 2 feature films shooting either later this month or next month, which is super exciting. I've worked with this group a few times before as a cam op. I believe this opportunity would be to DP. So prayers it goes well, and I'll keep you guys updated. And the meeting went great. Shout out to Kevin, who says he watches all of my YouTube videos. He's one of the guys I met on, again, I said I've done previous films with this company, and Kevin's one of the guys I met, and now he's working for them. on staff. So shout out to Kevin for watching the vlogs. But yeah, meeting went great. We talked about a bunch of stuff, and I think the projects are going to be fun. They do, I think, want to bring me on a DP. They're going to talk details and confirm. Not sure if that's going to be a deal where I'm using my own gear or if they're going to have gear that I'm using. The last time gear's been provided from other places, except for the most recent one. The most recent one, I did supply my camera. They rented it from me. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. But there's also a possibility we're shooting on FX6s, which if you watched my last video, I've been looking at buying one. So this might just be another use case of trying out the camera, seeing if I like it. I was almost potentially thinking of buying my FX6 so that I'd be able to potentially pitch a higher rental fee to this company for the movie if they were to use my gear. I don't know if that's going to be a realistic scenario or if that's going to be something that I'm actually going to do at this point, especially if they are buying their own FX6s for us to use or renting their own FX6s. So we'll see what ends up happening. But the meeting was good. I am excited about these projects. And again, my goal is to move into a film space as much as possible. If I could make a full living from just shooting movies, not in Hollywood, but like, you know, in my area, I would do it. Obviously that's not always a realistic thing for people that are just starting out in their careers, but that's where I want to move. So I'm always excited for opportunities to shoot films and creative projects, and especially get paid for it and to work with cool people. So exciting opportunities, and I think the meeting went really well. So stay on the lookout. It'll be exciting, I think, too, to vlog a film set rather than commercial work too. So hopefully that'll be on the docket in the next couple of weeks. Good morning and welcome back to the parking lot site. I'm back for another day to get some stuff done, getting some final drone shots of the finished work. I just wanted to get that for the client. Bad news is I forgot my SD card case at home. I did not sleep well last night at all, and I just have not been feeling well today. So just completely biffed and was exporting SD cards and exporting footage and stuff yesterday. So all my SD cards, including the one for my drone, are sitting on my desk right now. I know exactly where they are, but I'm 45 minutes away from home. So good news is I have an extra SD card for my camera that sits in my Zoom recorder, and there is about 2 minutes of internal storage on the drone that I have, the Mini 3. So hopefully that'll be enough to get all the video I need. It should be fine. Yeah, so don't forget your SD cards. I've done it before and it slipped my mind. So hopefully this is a sign that the day can get better instead of getting worse. Once again, took to the skies, and good news was that the 2 minutes, actually 1 minute and 55 seconds of internal storage was just about perfect. I got a few different options of the finished product flyover. So happy that it worked out. I will not be forgetting my SD cards again. So I currently am both praising and questioning the designer of this thing. The fact that they put internal storage on it in case you forget or don't have an SD card is awesome. Why it is maybe like 2 gigabytes or less, I don't understand with how cheap storage is, but hey, that is someone with a higher pay grade decided that, not me. But thank you for the 2 gigabytes. It was enough for today. Would not be enough for another day, but happy that I was still able to get something and I didn't drive down here for nothing. I'm gonna get a few shots with my camera as well. This is the finished parking lot. It looks pretty nice. Yeah. So I'll get some quick shots with my camera as well, just so we have them. But they'll probably use the drone footage. And then I'm gonna talk to the project manager, confirm I'm good to go, and then we will be out of here. I've got a meeting after this for my part-time job. Probably won't keep that in the vlog. This will probably be the end of it. I've got some editing to do at home as well, but thank you guys for following me along this job. It was a fun one. This again was a good job I got off of Staff Me Up. I don't remember if I've said that or not, but yeah, this is the second job I believe I've gotten off of Staff Me Up. I've had some luck with Production Hub. I don't think I've actually worked any gigs yet. I've been reached out to about gigs. I'm trying to remember. But Staff Me Up has been great. I actually just paid. They've got a $20 a month subscription, and I'm paying for, I wanted to apply for a job and I didn't have enough credits or tokens or whatever. I was out of applications basically. I don't think they do a token-based system. That's Production Hub. But anyways, I just applied for, I just signed up for their premium account because it's been getting me jobs and I want to get more jobs. So if Production Hub starts to become profitable for me, which I know that it's likely to be more profitable if I invest in it. But right now, Staff Me Up, I haven't invested in and it's already been profitable. So I'm going to invest a little more and see what that can do for me. But yeah, I've already gotten a few gigs just from building up those portfolios on both of those websites and putting myself out there on YouTube and doing all the things. So if you are a freelancer, I would highly recommend put yourself in as many positions to get work as possible. It'll do wonders for you. So thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you guys on the next one.